Hello, everybody. We've been gone a long time, but we're back.
Oh,
Um,
can
we
you
don't
see
really know
me?
what we're gonna. I can see you.
Okay,
Yeah,
something's going on here
we were
on
just
my end.
chatting. It did. It like you kind of blew up a little bit, but you're right back where you're supposed to be. So
Okay,
anyway,
I'm
we
gonna
don't know
I'm
what
gonna
we're.
step out and right back in because
Okay.
I can't see anything.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that you're gonna have to look at me. Um, and I'll tell them what we're going to talk about, maybe. So, since we haven't really been on in quite a while due to schedules and events and stuff, we didn't really have a game plan for tonight. So, we're going to be talking about a couple of events that are coming up for both of us and probably whatever else comes up. So, this is kind of a free for all night. Um, Anyway, Deb's back.
I'm
Can you
back.
see us now?
I can. All of a
Yay.
sudden, everything went black. I don't know what it was, but it was weird.
Well, if you live in that weird UFO area in Michigan, who knows?
Oh my gosh, I know, and it must have something to do with the Deb name because look at Deb Cobble.
Oh my God.
All the craziness that she's been enduring with her
Right.
radar going off and weird things in her house and
Hi,
yeah.
everybody that's saying hi.
Oh,
Hello.
let's see. Oh, hi Val.
Got my friend
Yay.
Kathy.
And
I get to see Kathy
Sylvia.
this week at the
There's
Ohio
Kathy.
State Reformatory for the
Yeah.
Parapsychon. She's kind of
Yay.
the honcho of that, but she's also my friend. So that's going to be
Right. That
I'll
helps.
probably talk a little bit about that right off the bat, and then we'll hit into our mystical, well, our truth seekers weekend,
Truth Seekers
which
Retreat
Deb and
weekend.
I and others. Hi, Lee. Hi, Mary.
And
Hello,
Mary is
everybody. I missed.
here.
I'm not trying
And
to skip
Lee.
you guys.
I know. I've been
I'm
trying
trying
to
to
put
read them, and
names
it's
up.
like blip, 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 blip. Um. So
Uh,
yeah, how are you doing, Deb?
oh, it's getting to be that time of year where things are busier and
Yep.
busier and
Event
busier.
season. I call it
Hmm.
event season. It's
Yep.
like all of a sudden everything kind of hits. And what's cool for me this year is I've got some local stuff cooking that
Oh,
um, I like to travel, obviously, but I also like to be where the majority of my clients are, which is the state of Wisconsin. So
right.
I have them, different places, but I just don't get to do that stuff very often in my own state. And that's weird how that works out. But now I'm
Right.
getting asked to do other things. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, you're busy with UFO Con and the retreat. And
Yeah.
yeah, Deb is always busy, Val. You're right.
Yeah. And Val moved. Val and I only live 1 mile apart, and we love to hang out. But it's like, yeah, we don't get a whole lot of time.
Trouble.
Oh yeah, we are double trouble, but we're
You are.
fun. We're fun trouble
That's
for
true.
sure. Yeah, we're
But
just coming off of a week or an event 2 weeks ago, and now working on. Yeah, we did the mystical retreat weekend with Andrea.
Oh yeah, that one. I'm sorry. I thought
Yeah.
you meant you went away, far away from.
No,
Okay.
no. As you get older, as I get older, I find I don't like that kind of travel so much anymore. I like doing
I
my own
still
events
do.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I've always been a
you're
traveler
younger.
though. That's
Hmm.
just me.
Yeah.
I'd rather be on the go constantly than in
Yeah.
one spot. But
Well, I'm on the go. I just not
in the go
out of
locally.
state.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like to go all over the place because I got to do it while I can, I figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But
Absolutely.
so anywho, I guess I've got, like I was saying earlier, I'm going to the Ohio State Reformatory for the Parapsychon. I leave on Thursday. It starts, their kickoff things on Friday, but it's Saturday and Sunday, and it's a really cool event. It's the one I look forward to every year because I get to read in a jail cell.
Yay.
Because it's an
Really
old
wanted to
prison
go
for
this
those
year.
people that don't know what Ohio State Reformatory was. It's and still is, I guess, technically. It's an old prison, and it's where they shot the movie Shawshank Redemption, and it's absolutely massive and very spirited, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see everybody doing a gallery with Tim Shaw on Sunday toward the end of the day.
I wish I could be there for that. I wish I could be there for the whole thing. You know, it always sounds like a
It's so cool.
fantastic event, but it's
Yeah,
always, you know, it lands at the beginning of my busy
yeah.
time too.
Yep.
So
So
yeah, it makes
I'm
it
looking
worth.
forward to that quite a bit. And um,
What day are you doing gallery?
Sunday.
Okay.
So the all day Sunday, I'm still like working because
Mm-hmm.
I do readings and stuff during the day. But I think our gallery's at 3:45 because I think it ends at 5 o'clock, like the whole thing, the whole event. But yeah, it'll be fun. And like I said, it's like that building is one of my favorite buildings and has been. I think I visited there for the very first time over 20 years ago. And now it's beautiful. Back then, it was not.
Yeah.
It was not. They've done a
Mm-hmm.
lot of work in there. So it's
I've
still
heard that.
creepy in the cell blocks, but it's not like you can't see like paint drifting through the air anymore
You're right.
because it was so.
But it's spirited creepy, right? And
It's haunted. Yeah.
yeah. And like any old building, it's going to hold energy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can imagine what the energy was in that place.
Oh yeah. Through the
Ooh,
course of how many years? I mean,
yeah.
the solitary confinement when I was there the first time was a dirt floor yet. Like it was
Oh,
there were little red ants crawling all over the place and
uh,
had quite the experience in there or coming out of there. That's
wow.
for
Could
another
you
day. Those
imagine?
stories are for another day, man. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I like it in there though. So it's like not it doesn't intimidate me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the more I've been, the less like in the cell blocks, the less it intimidates me because you get in your head, prisoner, but it doesn't I just don't feel that way as much anymore. Maybe because I've been,
Right.
times where it kind of eases up. So anyway, I'm excited about it. I get excited about that one every year. And then 2 weeks later,
Yeah. 2 weeks later is the
I'm going to be in
Tristakers
Michigan.
weekend retreat. And the,
Yes.
yes. And
Yes.
yeah, Big Manistee Lake. Let
And
me see if I can get to the banner so I can show the whole thing.
I can see the banner
Well,
actually.
we can see it behind,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm going to try to bring it up in front of us so people can see what it says and what it looks
Mhm.
like.
Yeah. And that I'm really looking forward to that a lot.
Yeah.
Love the UP, love Michigan, love the people in Michigan. Like everybody I've met there, just being at UFOCon and Michigan Paracon, and they're good folks.
Yes.
So it's always a good time. Super reasonable event, you guys. If you have the weekend to like travel that weekend, this is like I can't get over how little money, like even like staying there for
Mm-hmm.
2 days is not what you'd think it would be. So
Exactly. I mean, it's like renting a motel room
yeah,
for a couple nights.
I have a
You
3-bedroom
know,
cabin that I don't need 3 bedrooms, but that I waited too long to get to make my reservation. And so now I have this mansion and it's just me and my friend Jenny in that one. So,
say hi,
but I
Tiffany.
want to see a bear, but this one's cool because it's not
You might.
only like ghosty stuff. This is like UFO stuff. This is Bigfoot stuff. They're doing a
Mm-hmm.
Bigfoot hunt. Well, sort of a hunt.
An
Do you call it a
expedition.
hunt?
Well, in my mind, I guess because I was raised in the 60s and 70s in Michigan, hunting means you're going out with a
You're out with a
gun
gun.
and
Yeah.
all of that. This is
Yeah.
more of a research
A sneaking.
expedition type thing where you're just going out looking, taking cameras, taking recorders if you want to. We've told people if you want to bring like concrete or the mix, RJ would know what it is, to cast footprints, things like that. Bring it. It's
Right.
all good because honestly, we have found quite a bit of evidence up there. There's
I
been
believe it.
there's been sightings by so many of the locals and people that we've run into. The cabins there, Burt Shores, is our favorite place to go. RJ's literally been going there for years, but since we've been together, we like to go there.
Right.
And it's because it's so unique. It's been in the same family for years and years, since like the 40s. It's very spirited, but it's fun. It's, people who, a lot of the spirits there are family members or people who came there often and loved it.
Right.
They're there because they want to visit. They come hang out for a while, they go, whatever. So it's not like a spooky, scary type
Right.
of thing. But yeah, the cabins are rustic, but they have everything you need. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm kind of a prima donna that way, so
So we'll see what you say
I'm
about
good. I'm good. No, I think I'll be okay as long as there's walls. I like
it. Well,
walls. Not a
definitely
big
walls
tenter
and
anymore.
floors.
And
No,
floors,
no dirt floors.
a
Mm-mm.
shower, and a toilet.
Yep. Yep.
I think I'm good. Yeah.
Coffee pot, microwave,
I'm not super high
refrigerator.
maintenance, but I like to have walls.
Yeah. I like to have a toilet and a shower.
Well, I like that as well.
Yeah,
So,
that's kind of important to me.
right.
So,
So, yes. So that's the end of, well, you see the dates up there, May 30th and 31st.
mhm.
Well worth the trip. I just know it just from the way I've heard it spoken about. I've not been there yet. This will be my maiden voyage
Mm-hmm.
to that, but I'm really excited about it. So,
Right. Yeah, like you said, Dana, it's so reasonable. It
and it
almost
really is.
doesn't make sense to not go. I
Right.
do know most of the cabins are rented. They're down to only a few. So if anybody's interested, call and get your cabin. I put
But they
the
also have like a little hotel type there too, don't they?
Well, no, they don't have a hotel. They have what they call their motel units.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that my
But
bad, guys. Motel
yeah,
unit. Okay.
yeah. They're just little teeny type cabins that are more like a motel.
Okay.
Okay, and there's
And I
some
have the
gathering.
3-bedroom mansion.
Well, we have a 3-bedroom mansion too, but we're
I know.
sharing it with, Beth and Barry are coming to help. My daughter Monica and her significant other Andy are coming to help, and so we're all staying in one 3-bedroom cabin together.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
one of my locals that is watching tonight wants to go to. I'll haul them all up in my car.
There you go. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and it's like $50 a person. But if there's two of you, then it's 35 a piece.
And that's for the
Or
weekend,
wait,
guys.
no, it's 35 per person. But if there's two of you, it's 50 for the two.
So, and that's
I'm
for
dyslexic.
the weekend. It's not just
Mhm.
for per day. It's like
Right.
that's
It's
the
for
cost
the
of the
weekend.
event.
And the only reason that price is on there is because we're doing a hot dog roast Friday night,
Right.
where we're all going to be out eating hot dogs together. Now you can cook in your own cabin. I've heard a few people say, "Oh my God, I hate hot dogs." I
Well,
love
you
hot
don't need the
dogs.
hot dog.
Yeah,
There's going to be other food there anyway.
but bring your own food. You can cook in your cabin. You don't have to eat it. So we're doing the hot dog roast. So we're buying all of that.
Right.
And then Saturday we're doing potluck dinner.
Oh yeah, that's Saturday that we have other food. That's
Yeah.
right.
And we're doing a big roaster of, pasta and a few other things. So, that's to cover that cost of kind of feeding people. So that's, I think it's very reasonable and like,
Economical.
yeah, very economical. It's all about getting together, having some fun. We're going to have a
Oh,
healing tent set up. Dana will be doing readings. I might be doing some readings. We're going to be doing some speaking. Tim and Brad from Michigan Paracon will be
whoop,
there.
whoop.
They will be speaking. There's, like Dana said, the Bigfoot expedition that the guys are going to take, anybody that wants to go.
I think I'm speaking too, aren't I?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, you were speaking. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but
Oh, that's all right.
you are speaking.
Valerie said you need to take the banner down so she can see our beautiful faces.
Oh,
Everybody's looking at.
I didn't know the banner was up there. See, can you see our faces?
No.
No, seriously?
I can't.
It's still up there?
It's just the
No.
banner.
Oh,
I didn't even have to put makeup on for this one. Oh, there I am. Okay.
See,
there.
and I couldn't see the banner. So I had the link up to the Facebook page.
Right.
Could anyone even see that?
Yes. All of that was on there. It was just they couldn't see us. And
We
I guess
weren't there.
no.
So I could have been making funny faces and doing anything I wanted.
Yeah.
And I blew that opportunity.
Tiffany Miller says it's been the banner for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm having some sort of weird internet thing here. That's why, when the show started, I could see nothing. Everything was black. I could hear you talking, but I couldn't see anything.
Everybody can hear me talking.
That's true, Dana. That's true. That's why we get along so well.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about you, you don't hold back. You say it like it is.
I pretty much say it like it is, which some people like and some people really don't like. But
I like it.
what can I tell you?
I have big respect for anybody that, just tell me the way it is. Be honest. If
it comes in here, it comes out here. I do have a filter yet, but I know when I'm old, I will not. I know I won't because my mom doesn't. She's the same way. So.
Well, I'm old and my filter is
You're not old.
It's going bye-bye. Well, next week I'm going to be older. Yeah. 67.
I would never put you at 67 years old, and you don't act 67 years old. Therefore, your chronological age does not match your personality or your looks.
It's a good thing.
Win. Look at me. I'm 97.
You're an ass.
Oh, plastic surgery. I've been around.
You're so funny. You look really good.
For 97, I do.
Yeah.
Should see me without this
filter.
You got
30 years on me.
There is no filter on. That was a joke. I have a light that's way too bright, though, that makes me look bleached. A bleached whale, if you will. Anyway.
Oh, my God. Don't talk about my buddy that way.
It was a joke. So, yeah. So, we've got that cooking at the end of May. And then
I like this.
We're growing in value and not getting. That's good.
Thank you, my friend.
I'll take it. Yep.
And I believe that's our mark from the Voices of Contact.
Yeah, it is. That's the next biggie. The next biggie in September. I will be back in Michigan again for UFOCon.
Yes, you will be speaking at Michigan UFO Contact.
Yep, that's a first. I was on the panel last year, but I'm talking this year, so y'all be merciful on me.
Well, that event is actually, it's not, and I'm not knocking, Contact in the Desert is a phenomenal event, but they just have all of these stars and it's all about glamour and And
How much
that
TV time you
part of,
spend.
exactly.
Yeah.
Michigan UFO Contact is put on by experiencers for experiencers. And we like real people with real stories. And, last year you came and you were on the panel. And I thought, why don't we have her on the stage? You have some amazing stories. You've been doing the Voices of Contact with us for a while now.
Yep. And everybody
So
knows if they watch that, what I dislike, liked by the rest, and I'm the weirdo in the middle. But yeah, I have some really crazy stories that have happened in the town I live in, and
Mhm.
like recent ones, like when my son was a senior in high school, which wasn't that long ago. Oh, Lee, that's because you can probably hear me from your house.
Probably. Hi, Rhonda. That's funny.
um, but yeah, so that I'm kind of putting that together. I actually have a little outline done of that because there's so many things that from way back when I was young that you know about. I'm not going to share
Mhm.
here to wreck my thing, but stuff that my dad was into and stuff like that that I didn't put it all together until pretty recently. I mean, some of it recently within the last 5 years.
Mhm.
Not recently, like just the other day, I figured this out. Um, but it sure is interesting. And my mom has had experiences. I have had experience. My sister has had experiences, which hers were at her current house. Um, but nobody talks about it around here because you know how that goes.
Right. We had the same thing in Michigan.
Yeah,
We live like here.
she
And
lives on the bird of Michigan.
yes, the bird. So, and I love that. I love where we live.
Yeah,
But we're also on the biggest inland lake in Michigan. And there's so many sightings around where we're at. But
right.
yet, same as where you're at, Dana, people
Mhm.
really don't talk about it.
Mm-mm.
And
But
when I had,
we have Sasquatch. We've
yeah,
had it all, and I don't.
well, in Michigan and Wisconsin also have Dog Man
Yes, we have that
and
too because we got the
other
Beast Debris
cryptids.
Road right up the
Hmm.
street from me. That's
Yeah,
not far from that street. It's
right.
probably, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes from my house because
Hmm.
all that business. And there's history in this town. Linda Godfrey wrote a book about it.
Yes, Linda did, and I've got the
Palmyra
book.
comes up in that book, which is where I live.
I miss her. She was an
She
amazing
was the
woman.
sweetest lady ever, wasn't she?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we
She
lost
and
some good ones.
Rosemary Ellen Guiley were
I
two
was
of
gonna
my,
say I didn't get to know her very well, but she seemed very sweet.
she was very sweet, very smart. Before I started going to the conferences, I read everything she put out. And I'll tell you, that woman put out like 80 books or something, so many
Prolific
books.
writer. Yeah.
But she retains all of these, she does all kinds of research, or did, when she was living, and she retained it and learned it.
Hmm.
Um, I would almost dare say she was a little hyper focused on these unknowns because she would have to dig and dig and dig until she knew everything she could possibly know.
Right.
And then she
Well,
would write. So,
see,
yeah.
Val just said she had something weird happen to her on Saturday, and now everybody's intrigued.
Uh-oh. Hmm. So Val, do you want me to, I could easily send you the link and you could come on the show with Dana and I and tell us what you had happen.
Yeah, Val.
Aha. I could do
She's magic
that.
that way.
Another fine mess I got you into, huh, Val?
She's like, I have to brush my. Oh no!
Come on.
Everybody's wanting you to, though. It's
I
okay.
just do. I'm working on it. I'm gonna send it.
She said no. She said no.
We'll see.
Anywho, UFOCon always
Mhm.
has weird stuff happen in the resort too.
Oh
Like
my gosh, doesn't it?
it does, and that's the other part that intrigues me because it's been every stinking year. I mean, it's not. This is my third year or fourth year. I think it's. I don't
It
remember.
seems like I thought you came for 2 years.
I think it's this is
And
my third,
then,
or
okay.
no? Did I come for two and then last year
And
was
then last year you were on the
okay? So this is
panel.
the fourth.
Yeah.
I've had something happen there every year. Seeing people that
Yeah.
aren't there that I know what I was looking at, and a man, and I'm in the elevator with, and he walks out in front of me, and he's pretty good distance, walks into my room where my son is in the shower, and I'm like, why did that guy just go in my room? And I went in the room and there's nobody in there. And then my son came out of the shower and said, when did you get in here? Because I heard the door open. He heard it twice. The second time was me. So I'm not nuts. I know
Right.
what I saw, but he went in
Right.
and he didn't come out. And I never saw him at the conference. I
Right.
only saw him in the elevator.
The
That was really
craziest stuff.
something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you remember what your room number was that year?
Oh gosh. I don't. I think we weren't pretty sure that wasn't a water view room. So we were on the other side of the hall. I want to
Were
say
you
I
on the
was on the
first floor?
second floor.
Oh, okay.
It was well, I had to be because I was in an elevator. It was the second floor.
Well, but the event's on the second floor. So if you're going to your room, you're going to take the elevator.
Well, then is there a third floor?
Mhm.
So that
There
was
is.
likely the third floor then, because I got in the elevator to go up to my room. So that would have been the third floor.
Okay. Yeah, it's amazing the amount of insanity that goes on there.
Yeah.
People that come know that the hotel is exclusive to the UFO conference.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody staying in rooms there is there with the conference. But everybody has had things like this happen. Seeing people sitting in their rooms, seeing people that aren't there, seeing John Tenney when he's still, an
That was
hour?
me.
Yeah,
He
over
wasn't
an
even
hour
close.
away.
I'm like, he's right there. He just took off because he had his coat on. And I'm like, Tenny's here. And they were all looking at me like, because the girl had just gotten a message saying that they were at least an hour and a half out yet.
Right.
I'm like,
Andrea
oh.
gets lost. It's not that big of a hotel.
Speaking
Andrea
of which,
will be
Andrea
fine.
will be there this year. If anybody missed
Yeah.
that,
I
she
just
missed.
announced it today. Well,
Yep.
we announced it on her show this past weekend.
Okay.
But I put it out on Facebook Live today, and it's on the website, myufocon.com.
Yep.
I really didn't know because, she's going through chemo and all of that, but she just decided she's going to be there. So,
well,
she's
I'm
gonna be
thrilled,
there.
to be honest with
Yes.
you. I'm
Yes.
very happy because I had to miss that other one. So,
Right. Yeah.
I was very
Yeah.
happy about that.
So she will be there calling them in and doing her third eye thing and speaking and being Andrea. Hugging, hugging, hugging.
And I will be there probably hassling her from the audience because that's our relationship.
Yes. Yes. And we have a first timer this year, a few of them. One is Peter Robbins, and I am just thrilled to pieces. Peter has been in the field for years.
Yeah.
He worked with Bud Hopkins.
Yeah. That's impressive. For those people that don't know Bud Hopkins, Google him.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot to know.
If you're not into UFOs, it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so did Deb.
Well, I was going to say, Bud Hopkins was Deb's lifesaver, really.
Mm-hmm.
she thought, she had nobody to talk to, was terrified, happened to find one of his books with his address saying, if you've had experiences, contact me. And she did. And they connected. She's in Indiana, he's in New York. They still made contact. He was able to do regressions with her and work with her, came to her house and saw the burn marks in her yard and just all
That's
of
crazy.
that.
She's got the best stories now. Not the
Yeah.
best, but intriguing stories.
Intriguing. Yeah. Deb is one of and she's also on the Voices of Contact with us every Friday night at 8:00. Little plug here.
And we're related.
Yes, you are.
We think we are.
And it shows.
But not in the traditional sense. But
right.
That was one of the weird things last year. Remember that? The
Yeah.
waitress kept bringing me her Diet Cokes.
Well, and some of the attendees thought that either you were Deb or Deb was you.
Yeah. And I'm like,
now,
look that much
Deb
alike.
has blondish, grayish hair.
She's shorter than me.
She wears glasses. I mean,
but that's just like what we're talking about. That's that place, I'm telling you.
Yeah. That place is not in the third dimension.
It's somewhere. Hi, Jen.
Hey, Jenny. Good to see you. Mwah.
Did you hear us talking about you?
Oh, we weren't on the air yet.
Great. No, I said that she was going to stay. She was going to be at the 3-bedroom cabin with me. Yeah, I did say that.
Did you?
We weren't on the
air yet. Everybody loves Jenny, so she better come.
We say, "Where's Jenny?" Because I know where she's going to be. She's going to be out on all those trails.
Oh yeah,
woods. That's where she'll be. You won't see her for hours.
She will be taking care of all of the fairies that are around there.
The big feet. Oh, that's what'll happen is we'll be sitting by a campfire or something. Do they have one central campfire there, or don't they have any at all?
No, there's a main campfire, and then I think there's some little ones maybe by some of the cabins.
But I'll be sitting around doing that, making s'mores, and we'll hear this grunting and smell a skunk, and it'll be the Bigfoot bringing Jenny in like a suitcase.
Yeah, you never know. You get Bigfoot fairies, UFOs, and ghosts, and maybe some cats. I know there will be some dogs, and Jenny Laporte, and anything could happen. Anything.
It is called the Truth Seekers Weekend Retreat.
Yeah.
Maybe we should make her speak.
There you go. Oh, that would be.
I have a feeling she's going to say what Val said. No. She said she'll ride him in, Bigfoot.
She would too. She would. The funniest part is, I have no doubt she would have him totally tamed.
Probably.
And eating out of her hand before she got him there. Yeah.
It's pretty stinky, though.
Well, they are, but, Jenny would love them anyways.
Yeah, that's true. But anywho, so yeah, that's going on. I can't wait for that. That's going to be nice just to get away in the woods.
Get away in the woods and hang out together and have cookouts and yeah.
I've been wanting to go into the deepest recesses of the woods and just hide there for a while.
Well, you can do that in the Upper Peninsula.
Yeah, you can. If I could win the lottery before I leave, I'd look for land.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I've always wanted to live there. But
I have a question though. Mm-hmm. Are there ever any moose there? Way up in the UP?
I believe so. Well,
is that not the right part of the UP maybe for moose?
Well, I mean, it's kind of right in the center. I'm just trying to remember. I've never seen one, but I think there are some. Yeah.
That would be. I saw one, but it was in New Hampshire. Mm-hmm. I saw a mother and a baby on walking in the ditch by the side of the road. My mother was like, "Stop the car!" And it was like almost interstate. Like, Ubu says, "Yes, there are moose."
Yay!
I have a mission.
Yes,
a moose and bear mission.
I've been going there most of my life. I've seen bear, but I've never seen a moose.
Well, moose are a
Doesn't
little
mean they're
shy,
not there.
aren't they? Oh,
Mhm.
in northern Wisconsin, you saw them? Somebody just said they saw a moose in
Oh,
northern Wisconsin. Wow.
okay. That would make sense if they're in the UP. They could travel into northern
I
Wisconsin.
guess, but
Thank you, Debbie.
well,
Yeah.
there are many meese among us.
Right, right.
Mooses,
Mooses,
moose. I think it's
Mises.
just moose. But I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to that one too. So,
yeah.
um,
2 weeks. If you guys don't know where it's at, let me see if I can do this without screwing everything up.
she's gonna put the map up for like the whole rest of the podcast, so you guys will be looking at the map and just hearing.
No, I'm just going to do this.
Okay, that works.
Does that cover us? Are we good?
We are good. We can be seen.
So it's on
sounds good.
Facebook. Of course, if you don't have to copy this, you can just go on Facebook and type in Truth Seekers Weekend Retreat.
Yes.
Schedule is up there. Most people if you know Dana and I, anyways, not everything is set in stone. So, if we have her down to speak at 4, it might be at 5,
Or whatever.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be
So-
speaking from a roof in the middle of the lake. You don't know where I'm
In the
gonna
middle of the lake. That would
I'll
be
have a
interesting.
megaphone. Yeah.
What? The only moves I want to see is when I put it in my hair. She cracks me up. We love you, Lee.
You would love Lee. Lee's the best. I've known Lee
I'd love
for
to meet
800
her.
years. She's in my hood.
Tiffany says closest I've gotten to a moose is a really big elk. We have
Elk are huge too. Yeah.
Oh, and they're so majestic. I just love the elk. We have them in Michigan.
You have a lot up there though. That's why I'm really another reason I'm excited to go, just like listening at night. You know?
Yeah, you'll hear the coyotes and there are wolf. So yeah, I wish you could go too.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
It's gonna be a cool trip.
Yeah.
But
I'm so looking forward to it. Well, these retreats are not only for everybody else. They're, it's for unity, but it's also so we can
chill
enjoy the
out.
time with like-minded people. And, some of these people we only get to see at events.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen Brad Blair since
August.
probably August. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only place I'll be seeing him is likely at Is he coming to UFOCon this year?
You never know with Brad. Now, Tim Ellis is our MC, and he's
okay. They're kind of
he's
a pair. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So if Brad can be there, he will. Last year, I think he had a silly wedding. I told him, tell those people to pick a different date. They can't get married on UFOCon weekend.
Have your party later.
Yeah.
You're all good.
Yeah. Come get married at the UFO contact. We do have a couple getting married at Truth Seekers Weekend. Yes. It's not going to be a big deal. It's just going to be very sweet and private. And
private with all of us staring at them.
Right. They're going to love it.
And then a moose will run through camp.
Maybe a bear and maybe an elk. And, yeah. The owners have a, oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of this dog, but they're real tall. He's just the sweetest dog.
Great Dane?
Ever. I don't think so. I don't know. It might be. Yeah.
A Great Dane.
That's like a Marmaduke, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
They have a Marmaduke dog.
Yeah. So you'll see that running through. they're great if you want to bring pets. So, somebody has a pet that they can't leave.
I have pets that don't want me to leave. I have a pet that doesn't want me to leave.
Squeakers.
Squeak. That's funny, Ubu.
I
Yes.
know.
Squeakers is a little attached, but Squeakers does not like to
Wow.
leave the house. Oh my
Michigan
God.
DNR estimates moose population in UP is around 426. So be on the watch.
I'll be on the
That's
watch
cool.
mainly when I'm driving.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But again, I've been going there all my life. I've never seen, I mean, in nature preserves and stuff, but never like out in the open. I've
Right.
never seen a moose.
Right.
But we will this time. Oh, and my sweet boyfriend will be there.
Tenny?
Tenny. Yeah,
He'll be
that's
where?
at our weekend.
Is he
Tenny,
really?
Tenny is Val's dog.
Oh, that
And
Tenny. I'm like,
yes, I believe you've met him. He's a big
I haven't
sweet
met him. I've seen his picture though. Thanks for the
not
clarification. I
John
got real
Tenny.
confused for a second. He's not on the poster. What's going on?
We should put him on the poster.
Yeah.
Right, Ellie? Maybe we'll do that for our next one. We'll have Tenny be our mascot.
There you go.
He's very sweet. I love Tenny.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
I have lots of stuff coming up. You have lots of stuff coming up too.
Yeah, and trying to think ahead of 2 weeks right now. It's kind of like when I was getting ready for the retreat with Andrea and all this other stuff is going on. I'm trying to plan these other events. It's like, let me get through this one.
I'm doing that right now. I've got Ohio, and then I'm back for one day, and then I have a gallery reading in the town next door to me. It's the second one. I sold out the first one, which was cool. The second one, I think there's 4 tickets left.
Oh,
but
wow.
my brain's going to be like, after being at Ohio, get home, go to sleep, have a day off, and I'm right back at it.
Oh, geez.
So hit the ground running on that one.
You're going to need this break.
Yeah, I think, I tried to ease back, and I eased back for a few weeks on readings and stuff because my mom had appointments and such. And if somebody put my name in a local Facebook group, it's called Lake County, which is where I have clients already over there. They're not my county, they're over. And apparently they were looking for a psychic medium, and then all of a sudden I was sitting here and I got bing, my phone, bing, I'm like, what is going on? It sounded like my phone was gonna explode. And I had all these people ask, which is great. I mean, it's great. They set up appointments and stuff, but I'm booked until the middle to end of June right now, and I very rarely do that. I don't like to do that.
Right.
But I can't do more than X amount a week. I have to keep it I have to keep it on the DL. I have to not overextend my brain kind of thing, because then
and it gets to the point. I know, because I do the same thing. And this time of year, people are constantly trying to book readings because we have a store. People want them instantly. Well, I can't because I'm always pre-booking. But when I pre-book, I'm also booking around, my kids' appointments and my appointments and different things that are happening.
Right.
On top of a lot of readings this time of year. So, we get to the point where we're 3-4 weeks out. I hit that point where I say, just call me back in September or October. It just, you can't keep, for me anyways, I can't keep booking out like that.
Well, I'm a softie. And I don't have a website. I have somebody that might do a
Thank you.
website for me. I just never needed to have anything like that. Not because I'm great. It's because I don't have that kind of brain. I'm a terrible business person. I know I am.
Right. Right.
Hi, Kim. My friend Kim's on here.
Hey,
So
Kim.
it's like I don't have it together like a business plan. That's never been a thing. I mean, I've been doing this since I was 15 years old.
Mhm.
I look around at all these other people out there doing this, and they give me flashy websites and stuff, and which is great if you could do it. I just
Mhm. Right. Yeah.
don't.
But there's a difference when they make that their entire life and career. You know what I mean?
Well,
I mean, we do other things as well. We're doing
yeah,
events and we're doing, UFO stuff and Bigfoot stuff and ghost stuff
because I
and
like it all, and
mediumship
I
stuff
can't
and
say that I've
spiritual.
had Bigfoot stuff happen to me. I believe in it though,
Hmm.
because I find it hard to believe that people can just dismiss it when they're finding new breeds of animals every year in other countries, including our own, things they thought were extinct that aren't. And
Oh, yeah.
how do you know there's not something like that? And
Hmm.
maybe it's a dimensional thing. That's what I think.
Right. I do too.
People
I
just
really
don't
do.
know.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And it could, I mean, it literally could be an animal on this planet. There's so many beings on this planet that
Mhm.
humans haven't seen. I mean,
Right.
some, a lot that have been discovered, but the normal person is never going to see it. Like a blobfish or something like that. They're in
A
the ocean.
blobfish. Out of all the
There are
things you could have
many of them. But you know what I mean.
I do. It's just funny because you like a blobfish, for
Like a
instance.
blobfish. Yeah. You're not going to go see one sitting on the beach. But
I hope not, really.
they exist and there's many of
Right.
them. And that's a moose.
A moose. And I have seen a moose, but not
Mhm.
like that was in New Hampshire. So,
Yeah.
and my mother
I've
almost had a
seen,
stroke whilst making me pull over on a busy road so she could get pictures of it.
yeah,
But I
I've
did
seen in
it.
other places, but
Yeah.
not often. Not often do you see them unless you
But when
happen
you
to
do, let
live
me tell you guys, if you do see a moose, you will never forget it.
right.
They're huge.
They are.
And their babies are huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was wow. So I wouldn't mind seeing another one.
Yeah.
But anywho. So yeah, we've just been
Tammy.
babbling and babbling and babbling. Hey Tammy.
Well, that's okay. That's what we do.
Yeah,
The nice thing about this show is you and I just do what we want to do.
right.
We have no rules. We have no boss. We're
We
it.
have I
We
ain't
get to
got
come
no
here.
boss. Yeah,
We ain't got no boss. We can come here and say whatever the frick we want to say.
pretty much.
Uh-huh. Yep.
As long as we remember people are listening to us.
I know. If people could hear our private conversations, oh boy.
I know they're 10 times worse. There's maybe a couple swear words in those. I try to keep it clean in the air.
Right. I try. I don't always succeed, but it's okay because we're real and real people say fuck. Right.
There she goes. See what I mean? Yes.
And
At
it's
least,
okay
well,
because we don't
unless
have
you're
a
my
boss.
mother. My mother never uses that
Your
word.
mother is so cute. I just love Karen to pieces. I love her. She's
Karen,
sweet. She's funny. I wouldn't want to piss her off.
Karen will beat you with her cane.
Yeah. She wouldn't bait me because she loves me.
But that's true. She also really likes Mike Smith. I don't know what
Well,
she calls him, the dashing Mr. Smith. And I'm like, were you smoking something in the room? That was at UFO Con last year. I'm like, where is this coming from?
Yes.
But
Well,
she's got some troubles, so she's a little off.
Right. But Mike was very attentive to her.
He was very nice to her, yeah, but it was just
And
if anybody in here knows Mike Smith, he's very dour.
yeah.
But he's not.
He's
actually Karen. Not. He just acts that way.
Yeah, it's all bullcrap. He's got a big heart. He just does not like people to see it. Right?
Yeah.
So he tries to be all serious.
So I think if she called RJ what everybody calls RJ, the wizard. Yeah. The wizard, the dashing Mr. Smith. And then Deb, of course. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Val, she liked Val. She liked everybody.
I have $1 in this one.
Trust me, she needs to put a 20 in there at least.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, come on, give me a little credit. I'm not quite as bad as Andrea.
No, but Andrea's cool, though, too. I mean, that's why we all get along so well, the three of us. We're all like, you know what we are? And I've called Andrea this before. She reminds me so much of Dorothy on the Golden Girls, B. Arthur's character.
Oh, I know Dorothy well. You can ask Val.
Yeah. And I've been compared to Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada when I get angry. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Because I have terrible. I cannot control my face. My face will tell you what I'm thinking long before my mouth does.
Well, we have this little group that we developed, Unity Tree.
I saw that.
And we call ourselves the Golden Girls. That's our little group. And that's myself and Val and Jamila and Marie. And I was elected as Dorothy.
Who's Blanche?
Val.
You harlot, Val.
Yes. Our roles are pretty fitting. Sometimes. I think Val's a lot smarter. Val is really the kind of the glue because the rest of us tend to, just be who we are.
Yeah, she's laughing.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jamila, of course, is, take a guess.
Not Rose.
Yes.
And she's okay with that?
Oh, yeah, she loves it. I think she picked it, didn't she, Val? I think she picked it.
Who's the old lady?
That's Marie.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be more me. Picture this, Sicily.
Yeah. But Marie keeps an eye on all of us, too, so.
Tiffany just said the same thing I did.
So, yeah. So I have some of that Dorothy attitude, and they let me know that here and there. And so does Andrea.
Oh, yeah.
You get you and I and Andrea together, and we've done a few shows together.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fun. And the energy.
Live in person's even better because, oh my God.
Yeah.
Andrea doesn't let me slide at all.
Oh,
she's hilarious.
She definitely is. And yeah, it's
so
that will be happening at Michigan UFO Contact.
At UFO Contact, which is in September.
With all of these other people and with the Golden Girls. So look out. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Sophia, Tiffany. I'm old, so I forgot Sophia's name because I said, who's the old lady?
Yeah. Yep, that's Sophia.
I am the old lady.
No, you're not.
I'm getting there.
If I had to pick a character for you, it would probably be Dorothy. Just because.
I would strive to be Blanche, but I would settle for Dorothy.
Yeah. Well, everybody would want to be Blanche.
Sort of, but she's kind of vapid too. Like she did a lot of this. the Southern Belle
True.
thing.
You
Yeah,
have some of that Southern Belle type, not Southern Belle, but you have some of that sweet little energy
I used to have it.
with that look of don't push any buttons
I'm a battle
because
axe.
sweet goes to fire real fast. And I'm not trying to make you sound bad. It's not
Oh, it's
like
okay.
an angry fire, but you just big energy.
Yeah, I can get, yeah. But overall, I'm quite pleasant
Well, I think so.
on some
I think you're
days.
very pleasant.
Cultivated charisma. I'll take that.
Oh.
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't hear that story.
That is funny. Yeah.
Judy.
And she's so sweet. Yeah,
She can be.
that's funny.
Yes. Cultivated charisma. That's a good, I like that. That's a good one.
That's you, Dana. So
Anywho,
this
we have
weekend,
a
how
lot
do
of
people?
events. What?
Yeah, how do people? Are there tickets out there to the
If
Ohio
you,
State?
well, I'll announce it. Ohio, I think, I mean, I know there's tickets left, I'm sure, for general admission and stuff like that. You don't need a ticket to get into Tim Shaw and I's gallery. I don't,
Oh,
that's like part, I think it's part of the event. I don't know.
nice.
Even if you can go for one day, like if you're from that area, if you've never been to that building, you need to see it. Even if you don't think you'll like it, I can guarantee you will, because it's beautiful for a
Right.
prison. It's astounding. It really is. And I would just go to Parapsycon. So it's PARAPSYCON. Paranormal psychic.
Yeah, I should have had
that.
I should have had the link
It's
ready.
on, if you're friends with me on Facebook, it's at the very top of my page. I have it pinned, and it gives you all the stats, and I think the link. And that again is not super hyper expensive if you're going for the day. I can't remember the ticket price right now, but again, it's worth going to because it's just so cool to see that place. And then if you're from my area in the old Palmyra, Wisconsin, or Whitewater, or the surrounding area, there are 4 tickets left at Winey's Beer House, Wine and Beer House, at the Fuzzy Pig Complex in Whitewater. 4 left as of last count, and you get hors d'oeuvres and a free glass of wine with your ticket. So we had a really good time last month when I did it. So
nice. The prison is running?
The prison is running?
Is that what is it?
I don't know if she meant that. No, it's not running.
Hmm.
It's not like there's no inmates there. There is a prison behind that prison, like the new one that has prisoners in it.
Gotcha.
You can't take pictures out the back of it because of that. But
well, anybody that's in my little area, Val and myself and Dorothy, Blanche, and Sophia will be at the Roscommon County Animal Shelter vending at an event there this weekend.
Very cool.
Just look up the address. It's very easy to find. They're going to be doing some adoption specials. There's food trucks there, different things going on. So come say hi to us. I think we might have some baked goods to sell and maybe some things to hand out, some information. And hey, you get to meet the Golden Girls. So
doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, right. And then in 2 weeks, Dana and I together, and RJ and Beth and Barry and Val and
a dog named Tenny and a great big Great Dane and Bigfoot? Jenny, the Bigfoot rider.
Yeah, well, she's collecting the fairies.
Yeah, And Brad and Tim. Did we say Brad and Tim?
Yes, Brad Blair, Tim Ellis, they will
Yep.
be there for the weekend. They will be speaking, I believe, on Saturday.
Right.
Um,
I don't know what I'm
so
speaking
it's
about yet.
going.
Is that bad?
No,
Okay.
no, it's great that you know, be spirit driven, whatever.
Well, I was
Mhm.
thinking I could do a trial run of my UFO con speech or
You
talk
can
about
do
my town
whatever.
and what happens here, which I
Hmm.
can do. So
Yep,
you
we can
just
talk
won't
about
know until I
anything.
get there what I'm doing.
Yeah. And it's going to be fun because, you know, in the evenings we'll have the campfire going and we can all sit around and we're going to do a lot of sky watching. We'll do some CE5 stuff, so the meditation and, you know, trying to connect, very similar to what Andrea does, but I'm not singing because they would, you know, they get as far as they could from our planet. No.
Lock the doors and hit the nitrous button.
Right, right. But we'll be doing all that stuff and it's, you know, telling stories and who knows, we may even break out in song. Other people, not done.
Sorry, I'm laughing. Then the
You know,
coyotes will really kick up.
oh yeah.
Bow, bow, bow.
They'd be saying, shut up, Deb.
But maybe we should do a Deb and Dana up there, like a brief, like a half hour or something to show them like the place.
We could try
I know it's going to
if
be
we have. Well, the only thing is the internet. The internet sucks there because it's rustic.
oh,
You can get internet by the house, so we couldn't do it like on a laptop or anything. But if we wanted to do a live with our cell phones, like a Facebook Live, we could probably do that.
I just think it would be fun
Mm-hmm.
to
It
do
would.
them from the so people can kind of see
Mm-hmm.
what we're up doing.
Just remember, people, that we are on vacation. I may or may not have my pajamas on. I may or may not have makeup on. I may or may not have a bra on, and I most likely will not have shoes on. That's the way it
I'm
is.
definitely going to record her with no bra and her pajamas running across the lawn barefoot.
I'll moon you. It's all good. I'm,
I better not sell that too hard. We'll have all these people going, "Where is it?"
I'm not a super modest person.
There you have
I
it.
like to be comfy. Oh, Tom is here. Hi, Tom. So good to see you. I would
Hello.
love if you would come. He came to the Mystical Weekend Retreat with Andrea, and it was the first time I was able to meet Tom,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
absolutely love him. So,
Yeah. Okay. Somebody
oh,
else
this
is
is a good
chiming
one.
in.
I hate wearing bras too.
Listen, I would go without a
Listen,
bra, but I would be killing wildlife and small children. So no, that's not going to happen. Sorry, everyone. Ooh,
Kimberly, you had me at Bonfire and Coyote. Seriously,
yep.
sounds very cool. Come on up. It's going to be
Come
fantastic.
on up.
Very laid back, very
Yep.
relaxed.
Nice little vacation.
Aw, thank you, Tom. So sweet. So sweet. You know, that's one of the great things about what we do, Dana. You know, being in this field, sometimes all of us get very frustrated with the field and
Oh, yes.
some of the
Oh,
nonsense.
yes, we do.
And you and I, that's why we started this show. You know, we're just real. We're not doing any drama or playing games or anything.
Yep.
But our bonus is when we get to meet people that we connect with.
Yeah.
And
And that's really technically like I said, doing this for so long, that's what I was. Anybody else that I met along the way that did the same thing I did, that was the point. And now it's not always that. And
right.
that's sad to me. So I try to stay out of those particular parties of people.
Right. It's
No matter
not
how
about
talented they may be, or he or she may be, if you have to be, can't be both.
right. Right. And, you know, for us, and we've talked about this many times, it's not about
Many times. Yeah.
competition. It's not
No.
about selling yourself and looking better than somebody else. It's about the connection. It's about doing the work that we feel we are here to do. And that's what we do. So, we look at us. We're two mediums. We do the same type of work differently, of course. But, we're very, very good friends. And there's no reason people can't be good friends and do the same type of work. So
I do spitballs at her at events if she's reading more people than me. Just,
you're funny. You're funny.
But
I don't compete at all.
No, we don't. Well, we never have.
No, and we never will. I mean, we're of the mind that you support each other. You build people up. You don't tear people
that way very much, but the complexion has changed probably within the last 10, 15 years, maybe 15 years ago it started, I think.
Yeah.
And
don't you think, Dana, that since like the COVID time, it's gotten a lot worse?
Yeah. I have to be careful how I answer some of these questions. Yes, I do, because, well, then again, I don't, because I'm telling the truth about what I've seen.
And that's what we're here for.
I have some really good friends that are pretty famous. If you want to put it, famous in our community. People outside of the paranormal aren't going to know who these people are necessarily.
Right.
That's the crazy part too. Unfortunately, some people think that everybody knows them, and you're not curing cancer, kids. We're here to help people do whatever. And that's where my mouth gets me into trouble with some people, because I don't have that fangirl kiss the ring thing going on.
You're real. Go figure.
Whatever.
And you see others, it's real.
I'm not saying they're not talented at all.
Right.
The attitude is a little bit different. And there's a lot of ego-based stuff. And I like the people that aren't ego-based.
Right.
I'm just more comfortable with that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. We're all in this big boat of life together.
Right.
On this planet at the same time. So, would it be all that hard to love each other and
for some it is
happy and support each other? Yeah. Anyways, I'll get off my
That's all right. I'm just going to give a shout out to Tammy, because she's also a psychic medium. So she knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So
she said it's pretty awful out there. It's plastered all over, and I choose to stay clear.
Us and I
too.
Think, yeah.
Not
and
selling my soul.
People that aren't really into it, or they would never think that existed because of what we do or what we're supposed to do. And unfortunately it does.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And it's sad, but
doesn't make me better than those people. It just means that I'm more outspoken about what I see on the street, as it were.
Right.
Dana on the street reporting.
Look out, Dana's on the street.
People be like, I believe it. No, I'm kidding.
And as usual, we've gone over.
We
talked a lot.
Thank you guys for tuning into our jibber jabber, because it really was tonight. But we wanted to get something done because we haven't been on in so long. And I didn't want you guys to think that we don't do this anymore. So we're going to try to be a little more vigilant. Yeah, we do, because we like doing these.
Yeah.
So I have to come up with some. Maybe we'll do a guest spot next time. Are able to set it up, or we'll figure something out to knock your socks off.
Right. You never know. You never know what's going to happen on this show.
So as the example, why we're talking about our events and all the things we're doing, that's exactly why you haven't seen us. So that's the explanation. That's why we haven't been on doing this, because life's just crazy. And I'm sure it's crazy for all of you as well.
Yeah.
The world is a really strange place right now. So everybody's trying to focus on all of it going on, and it's difficult. So we're no different that way.
Nope. We are not.
And then we are doing these other things trying to help people at the same time, and it's like, but we're all good.
Yes.
So
we are.
Thank you
we
anyway
you
for
all.
tuning in.
Yes, and we'll do it again when we do it again.
Not in 3 months like this time or whatever
No.
it's been. It'll be sooner than that.
It's been too long.
Yeah. All right.
So maybe next month. Love you, Dana.
Love you too.
Thank
I
you
will
for
talk
doing
to you
this.
soon.
Yeah. Love you all. Have a great night
Yep.
and a great week. And we hope to see most of you or all of you at any of these upcoming events.
I think we should have Val Miko on because she said no tonight.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
All right.
We'll get her.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
Good night.
Bye, everybody. Bye.